Good morning. All right, so we got here in the FC. I was actually at a rotary event this weekend. I got to drive my buddy's Cosmo. It's pretty awesome. Seeing all the other cars out there kind of definitely kicked up the inspiration to get back into it. Already got to work this morning. Just kind of rolled in. Got the drive shaft on. Of course, I didn't have the OEM bolts for that, so I had these. And the flange doesn't fit, so I had to grind off the complete flange on all the bolts. So that was fun. I'm already a mess. It's only, got out here around 8 o'clock. It's 8:40 now. Alright, so I got that. I got the starter from my buddy, so I might try to get that thrown in there now. If I can get that in there, then I can get the wire made up for that. Got some other goodies, some fuel lines, stuff like that I need to work on the Spider. The double thing for the alternator. Got the brake hard line or flex lines in here. Got the hardware for the calipers, the rebuild kits. I got the camber bolts for the suspension that need to go on, so I'll do that today. But yeah, lots of little things getting done, like always. Just working through, trying to get some of the stuff from underneath the car done. I think my buddy's coming around this week to pick up the tires so we can start getting those swapped over. And that way I can, the front end will be able to go on the ground here once the brakes are finished, rebuilt and all that. So just a lot of little things. It's hot and humid, thunderstorms coming in. So we're gonna get to work and then I'll keep you updated. Alright, next update. Got camber bolts in both sides. We got the starter popped in there. I'm not sure you're gonna see it without me getting real low to the ground here. Where's it at? It's somewhere under here. Anyway, starter's on. I got the transmission drained and refilled. Still got to go under there and finish up the bolts for the motor mounts, trans mount. The speedo cable needs to go on. That was tucked up there. Lots of little tidbit progress. Just chugging along. It's 10 o'clock now. So I've been at it for a little while. Trying to find the correct hardware and things like that. But we're getting along. One step at a time, one piece at a time. There's two connections on the transmission. I don't know what connects to them, so I'll have to figure that out. Something to do with this harness. It might be these. I don't think so. I don't think they'd reach down there anyway. But something like this might head that way. That could be it. Yeah, that looks like it's it. So whatever's missing off of that, I gotta figure out, because that seems to be transmission related. Because that branch could go down that way. But I will figure that out and keep going. Took some time and cleaned up. Just kind of got to reset. I was so tired after the last time with the rotors, and I just not want to bother. So got everything cleaned up. The only thing left on the ground right now are bolts that are for the calipers and all that stuff. The caliper itself. Actually gonna hit that with some more blaster before I walk out. Got the actually, what the heck did I do with that? Had a little plug for that, which I picked up on purpose, and now I put it down and don't know where I have to do it, and it's gone forever. Okay, cool. Anywho, got the clutch bled for the most part. They'll need a little fine tuning with a second person, but that's there. Got the harness kind of routing the right direction, so I know where those are. Tried to hook up the speedo, but it's either missing a piece or it's broken for the cable. So I'll have to look that up and see how that's supposed to look and go from there. Because it definitely doesn't engage to anything. But he got the shift knob he had sitting around. Let's see if I can get you on frame. Okay. Not a big fan of it, but it'll do for now. Still need like the boot and all that for there. But as far as the transmission goes, that's fully functional, ready to go. Just got to do the engine assembly now and do that starter wire. I'll do that next time I'm in the garage because that shouldn't take too long. Be a nice, easy way to start. But yeah, just chugging along. More stuff. Probably won't drop a video this week since this is going to be only a couple of minutes of footage since I didn't film me actually working. So we'll get back in here, next time I'm off and get some more knocked out. Hopefully some done to the engine. Hopefully these tires will, start getting swapped out. I can finish up the brakes. Something I still got to get the soft line off of that, which I'm still dreading. I don't know how that's gonna go. I should probably hit that some juice too before I walk out today too, just to keep them juicing. But yeah, that's it so far. Just little bits here and there, bits of progress. It's kind of cool to know that the transmission is engaged now. So that's fully bolted in. I did bolt in all the mounts, so everything's 100% bolted in there. Just got to do the wiring for the starter, get that done. Then start chucking away at stuff that's sitting over here. Lines, all kinds of stuff going on. Alright, I don't know really how I got here tonight, but I got bored and I went out to the garage after work. I typically work a 12-hour shift, so I don't usually come out. But I got the brakes, front brakes completely rebuilt. Got all the old pistons out, got the new ones in, new boots, new there. This one has all new pistons, but when I bought them off Rock Auto, they only had 4 available, and everywhere else is way too expensive. Those are like $10 a piece. Everywhere else is like $60. So that one has all new ones. This one has the best of the old ones, which like this one here is pretty marred up, but the ones that are in there are actually very clean. And I pay attention to the insides. They're not uber rusty on the inside, though that really shouldn't matter. They were a little bit harder to get in on this one, but they're in there. They seem to work fine. We'll see what happens after a couple revolutions. On top of that, a couple days ago I ordered from Bonsai Racing block-off plates. So I got the block-off plate here for the air pump. I have another plate here. I don't really know that. I have to look up where that actually goes. I haven't paid attention to that. So I can start working on the rat's nest and getting that put in there, and then start really finishing up the assembly of the engine there. But between that and working to get off the hoses, which I don't know how that's going to work. I might have to just cut it and put a new fitting on. I do have parts. Might be able to get away with that, actually. We shall see. But once I get those buttoned up, I can put load the calipers up. I got all the hardware. I got the pads. Get that bolted on the front. And then once the tires are changed, they haven't been done yet, I can get those bolted on. And I can bring my attention to the rears. I do have a rebuild kit for the rears, for the dust boots and everything. We'll pop them off and just, I guess, see how bad they are, see if they want to move. I don't know how that's going to go. I got to work on getting those off. Those actually look better in the back than they did in the front. But we'll work on getting that off. We'll fight to get the rotors off so we can get the new rotors on. I got to look into new end links because those are busted. But I'm not really worried about that at the moment either. But moving along. And then once that's all done, get the wheels on there, drop back to the ground finally, finish the engine, and we're getting very close to making a running, driving vehicle. It's going to be very fun. very soon. I mean, we've only had this, got it in like middle to end September. I have to look at the date again. So almost a year into it. It'd be kind of cool if I had it started by that first year. It's definitely possible as long as I put the time and effort in. I don't think I really need too many more parts, if any. So of course, if something comes up that changes it. But we'll end here for now. I'm sure I'll have some more updates to add onto this before a video comes out. So we'll go from there. Alright, good morning. So situation update here. Got out here like I usually do, just got to work. I was trying to get the brake line off down here, the soft line, get it separated from the existing line. Well, that wasn't happening at all. So I just went and recreated the line that was there. And then I couldn't get the soft line off of the little bracket that holds the ends there. So I just, when I was trying to get it off, I could see it flexing, so I just broke it all the rest of the way. And that's kind of where we're at right now. So sat it on the vise, so it's one hammer smack, the soft line came out. You can see it's really nasty. Then I got the bracket here. So I'm just gonna get the grinder out, clean it up a bit, and then I'll probably tackle the other side real quick. I might roll some B-roll for that one for you guys, or we'll talk through it a little bit. So I imagine that's going to turn into the same problem because it looks just as bad as the other one did. Actually, maybe a little bit better, but either way, if I end up breaking that one off, then I can weld them both up, so that won't be a big deal. But I'm going to tackle that out. Flare tool, all that stuff. Just kind of knock this stuff out and keep going with it. Alright, decided to just pull the welder out and knock this plate in. That way I can just finish the one side. I can bolt on the brake and call everything done. So we'll see how it goes. I haven't touched this thing since I did the floors, and those went terrible, but this should hopefully go better. Alright, let's see if we can type this thing on here. It's gonna be a terrible shot. I'm gonna try to get you guys in here, but I don't know how well that shot's gonna turn out. Alright, ugliest sin as expected, but should do the job. More solid than it was from factory, so I guess that'll work. Just clean up those welds a little bit and then get some paint on it while I assemble the brakes and everything else. Alright, back in here. I can see some light in there now. Alright, so I got the caliper on. Put that together. Had to actually put the drill bit through the little peg holes since all that corrosion from when I was pulling them out. Clean that up nicely. They're in there. They move freely. Took the little clips to the wire wheel. Cleaned them up so they're a little smoother. Not going to be a problem getting them on. So now it's just time to put on the stainless line. Goodridge. The same ones actually I have on my WRX. Time to get the final bend back into this. Get that out of the way for that bracket. There we go. Alright, so that one's set. Probably get that fully locked in. That's locked. Alright, this is being a little difficult, so I'm just going to take care of it and come back with you. Alright, we got one side officially done. So, calipers on, lines attached, got the new braided line on, new line all the way to the T, all the way from the T to the master. We have that side, so I'll have to work on probably just replacing that small piece. Let me get you in this frame. That piece there that goes down to the wheel. Just make that nice and easy. I did kind of burn up this little gasket here, which I don't really know how important it is or how much I should care. Might just glue it back on. But yeah, one corner set. Just need to get the tires done, and that tire can go on it. It would be done. It's only like 10:30, so I think I'm gonna grab some water and then start knocking out the other side. It should hopefully go much smoother than this side did. So I kind of know what we're going through, and I'm just gonna skip the fight with the brake line. But we'll work on this next. We'll see if I have to weld this bracket back on. I have a feeling I will if I have to do the same thing I did on that side. That bracket there. But one more step at a time. One more thing done. One more box checked. Still not looking forward to the rears. That's definitely not happening today. Maybe tomorrow if I feel like it, or however today goes. Alright, so I think I'm going to wrap the video up here. I got both front brakes all done. Everything's buttoned up. I had the junction like right here. I figured it's going to be the same amount of work, so I just redid the line all the way. That way there's less leak points. So far we just ran from the master, or the portioning valve really, to the T fitting, from the T front, Now we gotta face the rears when we get back there, but I'm not gonna run a brand new line from the back. I don't even have enough line for that. So if I need to do anything with those ones, which I might, it's just gonna be making a little junction there. Yes, maybe it might be short. Just something to fix it. But yeah, all that together, I didn't bother. I just broke off that thing last time, just knocked it out, weld it back on. Maybe could have done a little better on the welding on that one. I didn't feel as solid when I was trying to put the line on. But if it falls off, then we'll just fix it. No big deal. But yeah, so that's it right now. So front brakes are completely done. Front end's done. I got to maybe try to figure out the camber. I kind of eyeballed the camber adjustment. Maybe I can use something on my phone or something to make it a little more accurate before I put wheels on once they're done. But next time we get in here, unless my buddy comes over, it's probably going to be starting to tackle these rear brakes. I'm hoping I can just kind of pop them off, clean them up out on the vehicle so I don't have to worry about the e-brake cable and stuff like that. I don't really know how hard that is to deal with. They turn in, so I don't know if I have the tool for that or if I can make it work. Or if they'll even turn in, and if they don't, then we're looking at replacing those, which would suck. I did get new driver bits, so we can knock these off. Hope that comes off easier. I'll probably try to knock them off before I move the brakes, even though it's not really attached. But do I have it in gear? Huh. Oh, never mind. It's a lot more resistance because it's moving a transmission or a drive shaft and everything too. But yeah, so lots of work done. Making pretty significant progress. I'm happy where it's at right now. I'm kind of hoping in the next month I can turn the key, but I'm not rushing anything. It's just getting out here and doing the work. Most likely the engine assembly will happen once my buddy's here, just because he knows where everything goes and it's a lot less guesswork. The next big project for the engine is the rat's nest, because a lot of this can just disappear, because I'm deleting a lot of the emission stuff. So he'll be able to tell me kind of what needs to go, what has to stay. Probably clean it up, paint it before I put it on. But yeah, that's it for now. Make sure to like, subscribe. Down link description is going to be a link to the merch shop if you're interested. All proceeds of that's going to fund the build, so definitely helps out. But yeah, another day, another part of the project.